What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of the Missonians. RJ here, and Kid is behind me. What he always does, something. I think he's building the type of keyboard in the back to go to his desktop, which is perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that. He's always working on something. But anyway, tonight we are here live with a little bit of a message. Okay. I have been thinking, and Kid has been thinking about some things. And one thing that we were kind of thinking about recently was the difference between things that happen in your life and choices that we have to make. Okay. So we can either, you know, opt in or opt out into these things that happen. Okay. We have choices to make. I think everything in life is based around a choice. When you say, Kid,
Yeah,
I think everything
definitely.
in life is based around a choice that we make. So we can either opt into doing those things or opt out and get away from those types of things. Okay. So, in reality, that means, well, I guess in reality, that means that everything that happens in our life is a choice that we make, right? So everything that happens, whether it be negative or positive, or things that we get into, or things that we may get in trouble for, or things that we start conversations over, and things like that, that's all based around a choice. So, with that being said, when we get in trouble, or we do things wrong, or we tend to maybe not have uh, or not make the right choice, then who do we blame for that type of thing? Right. And I think the answer to that is we can only blame ourselves, because if we're making a conscious choice to opt into those things, then we can only blame ourselves for the outcomes. And I think what a lot of people don't realize is every action has a reaction. Okay. And the reaction is really what people focus on more than the initial action. So if we opt into doing something that may not be that great or that good or specifically good for us, then the reaction to whatever we do is what we always react to again. Okay. So, but that goes for a lot of things in life. I mean, I think that reacting to something positive is an opt in or opt out situation as well. When something comes to you in your life that's positive, and we can either opt into being involved in that or opt out and getting away from that. Okay. Why would anybody decide to go away from something positive in their life? Why would somebody decide to go to something negative rather than something positive? Well, there's a whole bunch of things and a whole bunch of reasons why somebody would decide to do that. One of the main reasons is fear that they may not fit in, or fear that they're not part of a group, or fear that maybe these people won't like them if they don't do these certain types of things. And that's not only with kids, that's with adults as well. In a work setting, and in a home setting, in a friend group, sometimes we fear not doing what other people are doing because we're not going to fit in with those certain type of people. Well, guess what? It's not always the best thing to fit in. It's not always the best thing to be popular or be the most liked person, or really anything like that for that matter, because being popular isn't always that great. Popular means more people around. Popular sometimes means more drama. So we have to make those decisions. So, I talk about opting in and opting out, and a lot of the decisions we make, even as a parent, even myself as a parent, I have to opt into certain things for my kids. When kid comes to me and he says, "Dad, I want to try this," if I was to say no, no, no all the time in fear that something might happen negative, he's never going to learn the good things or the positive things throughout his life. So, I have to opt into those ideas. I have to say, you know what, that sounds great, let's try it. If we fail together. If we don't fail, then we progress together. So, but I think in my eyes, even failures are opportunities to be better. Even even doing some negatives in your life is an opportunity to learn and grow. And I think that learning and growing is a major key aspect in becoming a better person and building a better character in yourself throughout your life. But you know, I also feel that sometimes people fear change. They fear outcomes. They fear environmental factors with different things in their life. So, I think that's why people always tend to opt out of different things. They opt out of doing new things. They opt out of making changes, and just taking risks. But life is about taking some risks, but you have to know the right and wrong risks to take, because if you start taking the wrong risks all the time, then perceptually you become the wrong type of person. So why put yourself in a predicament where you're seen as being bad, not good, negative, drama, things like that? Because then when you start wanting to do those better things in your life, you have to change everybody's perception about you in order to remain successful throughout your life. I am a key component to my conversation tonight. And when I was coming up in my life and I was doing different things in my life, I wasn't always a good kid. I had different things that I went through and I had different things that I did that I'm not real happy about nowadays as an adult. But that's why I try to be a better parent. That's why I try to be a better role model. That's why I try to make decisions that will continue to benefit my family, my kids. My whole outlook on life is different. You know, my whole outlook on life is this: if there's an opportunity to teach, then I'm going to teach it. If there's an opportunity to grow, then we're going to grow. If there's an opportunity to learn, then I'm going to learn it, because without those components throughout my life, I can't move on and grow in my own mind and my own emotional state. So, I wanted to hop on here and talk about that kind of thing. And that's just the beginning of all of that. You know, in order to see clearly the bigger picture of your life, you really have to understand, I know the old cliche, understand right and wrong. Okay. But there is a lot of people in the world that don't understand the right and wrong factors of each thing in their life. And a lot of things that happen, they don't realize that, yes, you had a choice to make and you decided to make the wrong choice at that point in time. But did you consciously say, yes, I'm going to go into this situation? Yes, I'm going to make the wrong decision. Yes, I'm going to pick the wrong friends, pick the wrong person, pick the wrong career, pick the wrong friend group, stuff like that. Did you really consciously do that? Well, a lot of times the answer is no. The answer is it kind of just fell into you that way. And you decided to go ahead and roll with it because there's a comfort level with stuff being already there for you that you don't have to work for. And I like to work for things. I like to feel like there's a challenge behind things that happen within your life. And with those challenges, see, doors are always going to shut. Okay. You have to make the choice to reopen those doors. And if it's locked, if the doors don't have the keys and they're locked, then you have to hop on, find a another way to open that door, and sometimes just run right through. What's up, John? But it's all about making choices and making the right decisions throughout your life. Can you hear me? Awesome. So let's just let's just say this. Talk about opting in and opting out and talking about choices and perception and things like that. Here's kind of what I how I view things, how I view life. Okay. If every day that I step out of my house, I'm making a decision to make the right choices, to talk the right way, to interact the right way, to show love to other people, to make sure that people feel love from me, then I'm doing everything I can to build that character for myself. When people see me, I would hope that they say, you know what, that's a good dude right there. That's a good guy right there. I would hope that people look at me and say, that's a good dad right there. You know what I mean? But we have to make sure that we're building that perception. I could have fell into the hole that a lot of people fall into, which is, oh my gosh, I was in this kind of home and I was doing this and I was with this friend. But guess what, I'm not going to fall into that. I've got to be a bigger and better person. I've got to be smarter mentally and emotionally to move through those types of things. you know I want to make sure that I'm opting in to the right choices, opting into the right situations. Why would I ever want to make decisions within my life that create outcomes that I cannot control? I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing within my life is an opportunity that I can control, an outcome that I create. If you put yourself in situations or or outcomes and things that you can't control, then whatever happens to you next, you don't have a say in it. So you're struggling and trying to go around and trying to fix things that you had no control of to begin with. Hey, DJ, hop up here and say hi. He's right behind me.
What's up?
He's over here working on a keyboard, he's actually creating a pretty cool keyboard. We'll show it to you guys after a while.
I'll
But
show you when I get done.
but you know, so make sure, we gotta make sure we're opting into certain things in our life that is beneficial to us. I don't ever want to look back. I told myself at a very young age, I don't want to look back and say, why didn't I try this? I don't want to look back and say, why wasn't I a good dad? I don't want to look back and say, why wasn't I able to get the good friends and the nice friends and the friends that actually wanted to hear what I had to say? No, if people don't want the best for you, opt out of that friendship. If people don't want to see you succeed, opt out of that friendship. Friends need to want to see you succeed. They want to put you in scenarios that you will benefit from. Okay. They don't want to put you in scenarios that you're always going to fail in. Do you think a good friend is going to walk you into a fist fight? Do you think a good friend is going to walk you away from an educational experience at school? Do you think a good friend is going to take you out of a career? No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay. Good friends are the ones that are beneficial to you in your life. Opt out of the bad ones and opt into the good friendships. The ones you know what? You may not always see eye to eye. You may not always see eye to eye with a coworker, with a spouse, with a kid, with anybody, with a friend. You may not see eye to eye with them, but guess what? That doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't make them a bad friend. If you can squash your differences and walk back into the same scenario with them that remains positive, then maybe that was the best person for you all along. So, make sure that we're opting in to the right things in our life. Perceptionally, in order to change somebody's perception about you, you've got to be doing the right things all the time, because negative people have a certain type of character. Negative people love negative surroundings. They love negative people around them. They want to feel negativity all around them. Okay. So, make sure that everybody knows who you are deep down inside. Don't fake yourself to be something else for anybody else. Opt out of that type of thing. If you can be yourself and people still respect you, if you can be yourself and people still love you, if you can be yourself and people still want to be around you, those are the right people. Okay. Don't change because this person's doing this wrong and you think that's cool because they think it's cool. No, do things for you. Make sure that you know what it is that's right in your life. Make sure you know that you're supported, you're loved, and you're cared about. Make sure you know all those things. Okay. Nobody in your life can ever make you feel more special than yourself. Okay. Nobody can control you but yourself. And that's right. That's right. You should. You should do what you think is good. You should do. But here's the thing is perception. It's all in a perception. It's all in how you see things. It's all in how you view things. Okay. In your own mind, you have got to see things what is right and wrong first. You've got to know, should I go into this scenario or should I go do what I know that I need to be doing? You know what I mean? Should I step out of character or should I stay in character and go do what I know I have to do? Good life is not always the funnest life. Okay. We make our life fun by the scenarios we put ourselves in. So, as a parent, I go to work, I come home, I have a blast with my family. I have fun at my house. It's all about laughter, joking, playing around. There's not a day that goes by that I wouldn't rather be at home. Okay. I would rather be at home than anywhere else in the world, only because this is my happy place. This is my escape from reality place. This is my home away from anything else. Okay. And I'm talking, when I say anything else, I mean mental state, emotional state, negative people, because I'm not a negative person. I'm a very positive person. I'm a very positive outlook on life. I'm a very positive emotional outreach on life. I'm all about what can I get out of life that can not only benefit me, but my family and anybody else around me. Okay. Because you cannot be a me person and have a good character. You cannot be all about yourself and have a good character. There's got to be other things in your life that you care about enough to sacrifice to continue to do good for yourself. And I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'll tell you what I am smart at. I'm smart at life. I'm smart at being a parent. I'm smart at being somebody that can understand and listen to anything. And I'm smart at this. Any age, any conversation, any way to communicate, I can communicate that way. I can go to that level and I can bring it back up to whatever other level. And that doesn't mean I'm the smartest person in the world. It means that I understand differences, different characters, different personality, different speech, different communication styles. I've been around it all, so I know it. But, you have to opt into understanding that everybody in this world is created differently. Everybody in this world is raised differently. Everybody in this world has been through their own types of trauma and experiences and things that they're dealing with every single day that people don't even know about because they're too afraid to speak on it. But guess what? Just know whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you're dealing with, opt into realizing that it will get better. Make yourself understand it will get better. It's not going to get worse if you don't want it to get worse. It's going to get better. It's going to continue to get better. It's going to excel. It's going to look better through your eyes because your perception will change the more positive that you are. So, I don't know, kid. What do you think, man? Uh, if you view life negatively, what do you think is going to happen to you?
Negative thoughts, negative everything, negative life, negative
so
school.
so if you get up every morning and you think of it this way, you get up every morning and we're tired, right? We get up tired sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we think, oh my God, my day is going to be so bad, or my day is going to be so this, what do you think your day is going to be?
Today's gonna be bad.
So if you get up and you're tired, you say, you know what? I'm tired, but I'm going to get going. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to look for the positive things in my life right now. How do you think your day is going to be?
Today's gonna be amazing.
So guess what that tells us? Guess what that tells us? If it's not, if we can tell ourselves in the morning time when we wake up, it's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a great day. Okay. The sun is going to shine through the rain and the day is going to be bright through the clouds. Guess what? That means it's all in your head. It's all a mental state that we have to understand that we can control every outcome of. We have to opt into letting ourselves see the positive stuff, letting ourselves see the sunshine through the clouds, letting ourselves stop the rain when it's storming. Understand that there is positives in our lives that can make us see the positives everywhere else around us. Yes, you are a good dad because you raised DJ to be nice and kind to others. Same with Dakota, if that is how you spell her name. And we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, John. And we know, deep down inside, buddy, you are a good person, man. Okay, you're a good person. You got a big heart. Okay, and you have to look at it the same way. You know what I mean? It's not always about what other people see you as. It's who you want to be. If you want to be a good charactered, positive person, you have to surround yourself with that. And that's what I tell everybody. If you surround yourself with negativity, then negativity will follow you everywhere you go. If you surround yourself with positivity, positivity will surround you everywhere you go. Think smarter, think harder, and make sure that every time you are in a scenario that can go one way or another, you choose which way you're going to opt into, negative or positive. Which way are you going to go? Is it really worth it to pick going to the negative side because you're bored or because you don't think you have somebody else to go to or anything like that? No, it's not worth it. It's more worth it. I would rather be bored and happy and perceptionally sound than go into a scenario that I can't control the outcome of. Okay. Because it only takes one time in somebody's life to make a decision bad enough to where they're gone or done or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
So, that's why I tell DJ, look, we're not perfect. Look, I know that I have been rude in my life. I know DJ has been rude in his life. Okay. I know that we have made decisions that probably aren't good. I'm not perfect. I know kid's not perfect. Okay. But guess what? If we together can build positivity within our home, then when it comes down to it, the positive things will be shown even outside the home. So, but I think, are you done with that?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you guys what uh, kid's been working on behind me. He took two keyboards and he wanted to make a different type of keyboard. So I'll let him show you and explain what he did.
So I made this. It's like a checkered looking keyboard, and if you I'll plug it in for you guys right now. Can you plug that into the back of the
Yeah.
PC?
So, but let me see what this does here. Yeah, that's cool.
Can you hold that for a sec?
Yeah. I think that's really cool. Look at that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? John? You know how you
That one
describe
too?
that one's cool too. How you describe things, like you said, nobody is right, but you can always fix your mistakes. Now, mistakes happen because that's what life is all about. Okay. But it's when they become repetitive, when it becomes an issue. Okay. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes. Okay. But it's how you fix those mistakes afterwards so those mistakes don't happen again. In a scenario like this, and I'll use Kid for example, if DJ goes and he, um, goes with his friends and jumps on the bandwagon somewhere and creates a negative outcome for himself, and he has a consequence for it, and I tell him, don't do it again. And he goes and jumps right back in that same boat again with these kids and does the same thing again. Well, guess what? That's a choice that he made. Okay. He's making a conscious choice to go do the same negative thing again, regardless of whatever outcome comes. Okay. But if we talk about it, he gets the consequence he's deserved for the action. And then he turns around, he doesn't do that thing again. Well, guess what? Now he's making that conscious choice to see the positive things outside the negative things. And that right there is what life and learning is all about.
Yep.
So you got to make sure that you're growing, you're succeeding, and you're pushing every day for yourself. What you see in yourself, other people may not see. That's why we have to be our own biggest supporter. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode of Missonians. I apologize that I talked so much and Kid was working on his little task, but I think it turned out pretty dang cool. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this video.
Hit that subscribe button.
Make sure you leave us a comment. We will respond to you. Leave us a message also and let us know what kind of videos you want to see. I get real deep with stuff sometimes. A lot of stuff has been on my mind lately. And we'll get deeper into that a little bit later. But make sure you guys leave us a message. We're going to start getting back on this YouTube Live a little bit more now that our internet's back working real good again. We've been trying to get on here for a little while, but it just wasn't working. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like the video.
Hit the subscribe button.
And thank you guys again. We will see you next time on the Missonians. And as always, peace.